name's Shane from Graphic Addiction. Obviously, behind we've wrapped this boat today for Jaden. Um, Basically, we specialise in custom boat wraps, colour wraps. I do a lot of general graphic design and branding work for people, skateboard companies, surf brands, all that kind of stuff. So, a bit of everything.
Yeah, same here myself. Obviously, we've wrapped this beautiful boat today in the 3M Satin Key West. It's definitely going to stand out from the crowd, this one. Not only we do a lot of boat wraps, we do vehicle wraps, signage on buildings, boat decor reproduction, caravans, pretty much anything for your vinyl and graphics needs, really. Big transformation on this big girl.
I guess when it comes to looking at getting your boat wrap, you've got to make the decision whether you want it to be a colour wrap or whether you just want some custom graphics. If you do want a full custom digital wrap, like people are seeing, we're doing a lot of them lately. It's pretty much whatever theme that you want, really, and we sort of discuss the ideas, colour schemes, more colour that you'd like to see. Pretty much with digital wraps, it's endless. It's up to you what you want to see, how you want it to look. And then basically we start from photos of the boat, take measurements, set up a template to suit the design, and then we'll go back and forth with the customer until we've got it all approved, and away we go.
Massive transformation on this boat today. Going from a plain white painted structure and alley hull to the beautiful satin Key West teal. It's got that nice luster look with it, obviously with the satin black die cut graphics over the top. Finished it off with a nice silver 6mm pinstripe just to tie it in with a nice gloss paint finish on the upper section of the hull and the gunnel. Definitely keep an eye out for this one hitting the waters very soon. Yeah, well, so I'm a Perth local boy, grew up in Ocean Reef. Always loved me drawing. My older stepbrother's a qualified sign writer as well. He did a lot of hand painting, ranging from hand painting to vehicle wraps to signage, and just sort of fell in love with it from there. And almost 20 years later, wrapping all beautiful different kinds of things, from boats to cars to caravans, drag cars, food trucks, pretty much anything you think of, we can wrap. When I'm not wrapping objects,
Watching sports.
usually watching sports. Love me NRL. Up the toeies. Unfortunately, didn't get there this year, but hey, there's always next season. So, yeah, usually it's work pretty much 24/7, and then family life. Yeah, can't complain. It's a good life. Yeah, a couple of young kids. Got a 5-year-old daughter and got a 13-year-old boy as well. So, yeah, life's busy between work and family life. It's a good life. Simple, good. Yeah, always doing different things. So, it's good. Can't complain.
I grew up in Scarborough, so for people over east, it's Western Australia. Awesome place to grow up when you were younger, skating, surfing, just hanging out down the beach all the time. Mid 90s, I think it was, we moved up northern suburbs, but now I'm lucky to live in a really nice place called Mullaloo. Basically, I failed art at school and dropped out when I was 15. But luckily secured a job at one of the biggest graphics houses in Perth. And then from there on, I've been doing this stuff for 25, 30 years. So yeah, do a lot of custom graphics. I've done clothing designs. I've worked with surf companies. Currently the designer for a brand called Maple Road Skateboards, which is doing really well. Yeah, and then when I'm not working, I guess it's just hanging out at home, doing renos, hanging out with my son in the pool. Just, yeah, general having fun. Yeah, look, originally we met probably 15 years ago, originally.
Yeah, probably about 15 years ago.
I happened to open up a shop right next to where Andrew was actually working, so that kind of ruffled a few feathers to start with, but there was no competition between us. We all had our own work. We all knew what we were doing. And then after a few years, we actually started doing a lot more work together. And then the relationship grew. Basically, I was getting Andrew to help me with stuff and vice versa. And then at one point, we were doing so much work together in separate workshops. It was like, why don't we just move into one together? And then from there on, we started doing, everything, didn't we?
Yeah, everything.
Cars, wraps, food trucks, motorbikes, which we no longer do
Yeah.
because they're a pain in the ass. But yeah, we do all sorts together, don't we?
Anywhere from
Yeah.
sort of
designing.
56-foot boats.
Yeah,
and,
56-foot
XML.
boats to bloody 4.5 meter boats. Wrapped so many cars, it's not funny. Like commercial businesses, done some really cool food trucks.
Out at a mine site doing two
Yeah,
squash courts.
squash courts for the mine sort, a random job out there. But yeah, look, we do between the two of us, we do pretty much have everything covered. What I might lack in, I'd say Andrew's a better installer. But then things that I can design that Andrew doesn't do, it just works, doesn't it?
Just make it work, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it's all good.
The whole process of the job, yeah. Oh, well, this boat come in obviously white painted gunnel and structure. Good 2/3 of the hull was aluminium finished. Obviously, we clean it with a proper in-house vinyl prep cleaner, which is suitable for all our wrap media, whether it be digital or colour change media. Obviously, measure out the boat, cut everything up to size. Before we start applying all the material, obviously make sure the surface is nice and clean, dust free. Boat already had an existing 80mm painted line under the gunnel, so we run our knifeless tape to follow the line of the paint line. That way there's no trimming on the structure or the hull of the boat. Then obviously once we got the knifeless tape down, sort of work from the rear end of the boat to the transom of the boat, and then gradually move towards the bow of the boat. Obviously the material does slightly stretch as you're applying the material, but we use the top of the grade materials, preferably try and use 3M. Obviously it all depends on what the customer needs are, colouring options, vice versa. But yeah, this thing's come a massive way. Obviously once we apply the vinyl, it's a self-adhesive backed vinyl. Once the material's obviously been laid, heat activates the adhesion on the material as well. So obviously once you apply the material, you post-heat the vinyl, usually around about 100, 120 degrees. And then that activates the adhesion for the actual wrap. And yeah, this finish it off with the pinstripe just to give it that little bit of an extra touch with that metallic finish with the satin and gloss finish. But yeah, this thing came in a bare alley boat, and now she's looking like Jaden's dream boat. And then put the stickers on. Yep.
It's that simple.
Yeah.
It's really easy.
It doesn't need to be a debacle where you see 7 people trying to wrap a boat. Like I said, whether it's from a 4-meter boat to a 60-footer.
We've worked out a process. We worked out a process, and we work together whether we know what each of us are doing, we know where to go, what to do. We're doing 8-9 meter boats in 5-6 hours from start to finish. System just works, doesn't it, mate?
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, most of my business, I run most of my business from home. I do have the facility to produce a lot of graphics and signage there. I've got a big shed. Projection wise, I think we should be global traveling, wrapping boats. Yeah, that would be a nice thing. We've got some opportunities that may be coming soon to fly to some very nice locations, and yeah, we've got some few things in the works, and yeah.
Bit of clickbait there, mate.
Yeah.
Bit of a tease.
Yeah.
Stay tuned.
Yeah, definitely stay tuned. There's a lot of boats happening and coming up soon that we're working on. Some very cool custom design ones that I've got to currently get onto, pull my finger out. But yeah, there's some good opportunities coming.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, very similar opinion, Shane. Just want to sort of get our name out there. Obviously, we've been wrapping boats for about 5-6 years now. Obviously, we do a lot of work north of the river from a lot of the boat builders up here. Obviously, we did the boat show earlier in September, where we obviously met Jaden, and yeah, we got a lot of opportunities from it. We just want to sort of broaden the horizon on doing wraps, and like I said, we're willing to travel anywhere. Like I said, there's some good opportunities coming up, and just want to sort of get our name out there and get a lot more boats in the pipeline, really.
We travel from Exmouth to Albany. I don't care.
Yeah, we'll go anywhere where the work is. Yeah, obviously we're willing to accompany whatever the customer needs, whether it's single colour change wrap to a wild digital printed wrap. But yeah, we want to try and push it a bit more.
Look, my favourite thing obviously is boats. I just love the transformation. Like perfect example today. It's less physical than wrapping cars because I'm really getting a bit tired of that. But the boats for me are just more fun.
Always had
Yeah. Whilst trying to do certain parts of this thing, like the transom area, it's a bit taxing on the old body at times, but you deal with it, and yeah, as I say, yeah, much rather be doing boats than cars. This is proper surface cleaner for the hull. Pretty much removes all the dirt, grease, bits and pieces, makes the surface spot on before we actually start wrapping it and doing the knifeless tape. So,
And we just got like a bit of an alcohol scrub. The boys have a sip of this between jobs just to keep them going.
A little bit of vodka in it as well. No, this just makes sure it's nice and clean. We're good to go. And then we've ran the knifeless tape, ready to go. This avoids using blades on the boat and all that kind of stuff. Once we've wrapped it, we'll show you how that part works.
Yeah, I have to say I have a similar opinion to Shane. Just the massive transformation you can do to your boat, whether it's a new build or you wanting to give your old girl a bit of a birthday and freshen her up. Just the big transformations you can do from your boat. Like I said, ranging from your average little runabout tinny, you just want to give it a little bit of colour and spruce her up, or if you want to make her look wild. Just a big transformation. Like it's amazing what a bit of vinyl wrap can do to just change the complete new look of your boat and make it look brand new. The perfect customer. Perfect customer is when they give you free reign of what you want to do, and they're happy with what you do with your work, and they leave everything in your hands, and you send the first design, you get the approval on the first email. That's the ultimate customer. Yeah, a little bit of extra, a little bit of beer money. I have to say,
Perfect customer, the one that doesn't bitch about the price.
yeah. But yeah, when it comes to not the least favourite things to wrap, probably motorbikes. We've done a lot of motorbikes in our time.
No more.
Job you think take 10 hours takes you 25 hours, and you just all the finicky bits and pieces. You just want to push away from that and stick to doing boats and
Just cool stuff.
yeah, cool stuff in general, really. So yeah, something that's different and one-off. Yeah, we do a lot of signs on buildings, anything from building, general
Shop
sticker
fronts.
jobs, shop fronts. Pretty much anything to do with vinyl and graphics, really. Recently, just did a big 12-metre composite sign panel for a big caravan repairers just relocated. So we did a big 12-metre by 4-metre sign, got installed on a cherry picker, did some custom 3D acrylic lettering. Pretty much we can do anything and everything that's in our spectrum, and always looking to do new and different cool stuff. So first of all, what's the name? And
Do you have a logo?
yeah, do you have a logo?
You need a logo.
Do you need a logo? What sort of colouring and stuff you had in mind? Pretty much just touch base, whether it's in person or via email. If you have any
Location?
location of the business. If you have any rough ideas of sort of what you're wanting to push your logo to look like, it's always good when people have a
Concept?
bit of a concept in mind of what they want. It's always hard when people come with no concept, because when the customer's got a bit of an idea, their interpretation to dealing with a designer and whatnot is a little bit different. But usually come to us, either myself or Shane, with an idea, and get a few different aspects of the business together, and then we sort of put our heads together and work out some designs and what you're sort of trying to achieve with your business. So
Look, I think ultimately what makes a good logo is a logo that you remember. Whether it doesn't matter how simple it is, or some people's logos are pretty out there. My logo, for example, with the eyeballs, people don't get it, but it's all about my passion for old school hot rod, surf, skate. It was always monsters and eyeballs and all that kind of stuff, and that's what everyone knows that I'm into. That's what I like. But look, realistically, a good logo is just something that you remember. Everyone knows what the tick is, and they all go, it's Nike. If it's something that's just easily rememberable, the color, as I say, it can be just one color, but if it's good and people remember it, well, then you're halfway there. Look, for people that know my business, they know that I'm right into surf, skate, BMX. They know what I do. I've done a lot of recent really cool stuff with some local cafes, wrapping surfboards and custom graphics for the internals of the shops, and so that's my passion, really, designing just cool stuff. As I mentioned before, I design everything from Maple Road skateboards and then doing the boats and everything on the side is really cool, because it's, you know, people come up with some pretty crazy ideas, and then making them come to life it's pretty awesome. No, look, I think, to be honest with you, I think 20s was fairly tame. I guess it depends on who I went out with, but we did spend a lot of time at Scarborough at the old Lookout, and used to go to the old Swanbourne Hotel and see a lot of bands all the time. I do remember, you know, we all drank way too much, and out till 5, 6 in the morning, sleep all day, and then back out again that night. I think we're all guilty of that. There was a lot of nights of waking up in a car park, but I'd managed to take a surfboard the night before with me, and then drive to the beach hungover as shit and deal with that. But yeah, I think, yeah, we've all done some pretty silly stuff. I must say, I did walk home from Perth down the freeway one night. That took a few hours, but yeah, it's a very long walk. It's about 20 odd k's from where I was living, so yeah, took a while, and it takes a lot longer when you're staggering.
Oh, I'd have to say in my 20s, I was usually obviously living in Ocean Reef, close to the coast. So I was usually hitting up most of the coastal spots, more like Mullaloo, the old breakwater for people who know the WA area, mate. It was a usual go-to. Usually it'd be
Wednesday nights.
Yeah, usually Wednesday night till Sunday night, and then ranging from anywhere from Mullaloo to Hillary's to sometimes ending up in Cottesloe for the old Sunday session at the OBH Hotel, second story. There's a couple of big nights there, a couple of journeys where we could walk from Cottesloe to Ocean Reef, which were clearly out of reach. They were a bit too far. We were about 30 k's too short of our journey, but just living it up on the coast, going to all the nice pubs, and wasn't so much of a club man myself, but loved sitting at the pubs on the beach and taking in the sunsets, and just running amok as most young 20-year-olds would do. Yeah, it was good life.
Afternoon sessions before the dickheads arrive.
Yeah, get in at lunch, leave by 5, happy days. Been here for coming up probably 5-6 years now. Yeah, it's amazing how fast time gets away from you. But obviously, me and Shane used to work out of here together. We still do all the wraps are done here, vehicle wraps. Boats up to sort of 6.5 meters and whatnot. But yeah, it's a good little spot. Great neighbours, nice and secure, and just good old area. Been working in Wangara for 20 years now, so yeah, sort of hard to get you out of the area once you're here. So obviously a lot of our boat customers are up around here as well. But yeah, just willing to get out there and reach a brighter horizon, to be honest. So yeah.
Oh, look, what do I drive? My normal day-to-day car is just a 2010 Prado. A little bit of toy stuff on it, the wheels, tyres, lift kit, all that kind of stuff. I do have an EH Holden station wagon as well, but I'm actually looking to sell that to do some other projects. Toys-wise, I've got shitloads of surfboards, more skateboards than I know what to do with. I think in my office I've got like 50 on the walls, and there's a pile of about 20 I don't know what to do with. Love my old school BMXs. I've got a couple of Haros and some Mongoose. Just old school stuff, I guess. Oh, look, yeah. I had a
Touchy subject.
It's a touchy subject. I used to have a genuine GDR Tirana that I bought when I was 19. Spent a lot of time and money on that with my dad and my mechanics. Full modifications, all engineered with a V8, shortened rear end. Thing was beautiful. It was like a show car. I took it to only 3 shows over the time I had it. I had it for 21 years. I won 3 trophies. Got featured in Street Machine magazine, which was pretty cool. But unfortunately, I did sell that car to try and move to a better location after my son was born and bits and pieces. But it didn't go to plan. So I spat the dummy, and that's how I ended up with the EH wagon. Yeah, there is a bit, but yeah. Look, the wagon's got to go because I do want to fund some other projects and bits and pieces. Unfortunately, my dad passed last year, and yeah, it's lost its spark now without him there. because it was like a toy we were doing. He loved E.H. Holden's and all that kind of stuff. Now I just sort of look at it and it's just more of a pain in the ass. It's more of a headache. Yeah, look, I really want to, where I live, my shed out the back used to be an old school surfboard shaping shed, so I want to spend the money. I'm actually friends with the original owner of the property, it turns out, and I'm just bringing all the nostalgia back to that property with the surfboards and the shaping, and yeah, I just want to spend some money redoing things like that and just making the place like really, old school, I guess.
Yeah, make it yours, mate.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, look, I've got to say, surfboards everywhere and skateboards and BMXs and, yeah, all that old school stuff. As I say, like the hot rods and all that kind of thing, relating back to my logo. It's what I love.
Oh, I've had my fair share of toys and stuff. Did just buy myself a new D-Max about 12 months ago, which is good. Starting to do a few camping trips with the family and stuff. Got a jet ski that sits in the shop that doesn't get used enough, but hopefully got this nice weather coming around the corner, so I'll be out getting that on the water, giving a little bit of a squirt. Hopefully get down to a couple of the dams and lakes down south over the Chrissy period. Yeah, I've had the motorbikes and all that sort of stuff as well. Obviously now with the family, got a nice house in Ocean Reef, so mainly just focusing towards making the house a better place and doing a bit of reno stuff for the kids, and yeah, hopefully just try and get out there and, like I said, do a few more camping trips and get the old feet wet and do some scuba diving as well. So I really love my scuba diving, so nice weather's coming around. We've got a nice burst of 30 degrees on Friday, so hopefully sticks around, and yeah,
Any luck?
if you get the dive gear out, might need to go and get a better wetsuit. I think the old dad bod's caught up, but hey, that's another story. Oh mate, we went to Bunbury 12 months ago, went fishing down there, went and did the HMAS Swan down there, and the missus was like, oh, is that a wetsuit or a tight tank top? I was like, no, the old
Turtle smuggler.
turtle smuggler. The old dad bod's catching up to me.
Thanks, darling.
That's why they buy.
Storytellers.
That's why they buy those fish rules that we've seen getting around at the show.
Yeah.
Brag and tag. Well, probably one of the better stories I've heard. This is all true. Very good mate of mine was two very good mates of mine were up in Exmouth over last Christmas, and he bagged the second biggest marlin that was caught up in Exmouth. He caught a 280 kilo marlin up there, which is quite spectacular. So yeah, it's a pretty good fishing story, I'd have to say. So
That's a feel good one, mate.
that is a feel good one. Yeah.
Yeah. Years ago, my dad used to do a lot of diving, and we were out off one of the wrecks off Mindarie, and me, my brother, and his girlfriend at the time. It's fairly deep water there. My brother's thinking he's hooked onto this monster, and it turns out he's actually hooked my dad. As my dad's come out of this wreck with crayfish and stuff like that, he's managed to hook my dad, and he's thinking he's on a winner, and the whole time he's pumping and winding, and it's my dad like pulling him back, trying to get his knife and cut the bloody wire.
Oh no, we've done some big boats. Yeah, one of the Blue Dog is getting built. There's actually done between both Shane and myself. Obviously, Shane's artistic flair would probably come a lot more into that one.
He wants it wild, like hell yeah, or the Hellfire boat.
Yeah. So yeah, this is going to be another wild one. Customer came down and seen us both at the boat show, and I was getting a 12 metre by 2.5 beam.
No, 3.5.
Oh, no, 3.5.
Massive.
This massive boat. So
That'll be another
Blue Dog boat that's got to be done. That'll be getting it. Yeah, big commercial one. So
it's a monster.
that'll be one of the boats getting unveiled at the boat show next year, which we should be attending. Hopefully, we should have anywhere from 3 to 5 boats on display. Fingers crossed. Hopefully, we can pull a couple of arms and get some custom designed boat wraps for a couple of our boat builders. If we can pull some other strings, might even be able to wrap a boat down there if we get the chance.
We've been talking about that.
Yeah, at the show, yeah. Not a big boat, but
Not a
yeah,
big one, but
depending on what. Yeah, we got a couple of ideas up our sleeves for the next boat show. So
yeah, look,
100%.
yeah, we're thinking of see if we can find something like maybe, I don't know, 4.5, 5 metre, like a little centre console, like we've done a few of them recently. Just something like that we could do a really nice looking wrap on. It doesn't have to be over the top, but just something that's very cool.
Go to Andre's backyard, mate.
Yeah, well, there you go.
The boat tip.
And then, you know, just that way we could actually show and explain and do the whole thing, and people get a whole concept of it. Don't want to give away too many things, but I mean, look, everyone says anyone can wrap a boat or anyone can do it, but you know, anyone can do it. It's how you finish it. Yeah, look, there is. We enjoy it, but we make sure whatever we're looking at, or you know, we've measured up a lot of boats since the boat show, and some of them we really have to work out where you would start, a plan of attack, how it's going to be wrapped. Some things have to have a join in it regardless, and you know, we explain that to the customers, and you know, if they understand why and how and all the rest of it, you know, we just work out a plan.
I would probably like a nice 7 metre walk around alley. You know, can they be? Hey?
Andre, sort it.
Oh, Andre can sort it. He can sort it. I'd go something wild, to be honest, like a really out there colour with a lot of metallic. Do some crazy graphics. Yeah, just make it wild and different. Everybody goes. A lot of people go for the old black boat, charcoal boat. You know, there's some amazing colours out there. I'll go pretty wild. Bit of a two-tone to it, I think. Yeah, something that just stands out from the crowd. Something that you definitely going to see at the boat ramp again.
Fish on the side of it.
Oh, I don't know about the big fish. I'm a simplistic when it comes to that sort of stuff. Don't get me wrong. Everybody else has got their thing, but I'd go a nice colour with some crazy graphics on it, I think. Yeah.
Well, me personally, I would see my friend Jared at Hellfire and get, you know, a really cool centre console or something built. But in terms of what I would do for a wrap, I'd probably do something like Andrew's saying, doing like a really cool colour. But I'd want it to have, I guess, kind of a retro feel. But graphics-wise, I'd probably have it almost like ghosted into the hull. So it's like either done in a clear over the top, so it's really subtle. Definitely be a nautical themed, but you'd have to look at it to really see what's actually going on with it, I think. So.
The compass and the jewfish, mate.
Oh, that yeah. Well, the old jewfish, yeah. No, it'd be a real, I guess, graphic elements like even something like Sailor Jerry kind of style and that kind of thing. That it'd be all over it, but you'd have to really look at it to see what goes on, because like there's so many wraps that we've done, and I have this habit of hiding random shit in the wraps that people don't see. And you know, recently we done one and I hid these eyeballs in it, and no one's ever seen them.
Say something different.
Oh look, there's so many elements in that design. I think that one, from start to finish with alterations, and then I think it was about 12 hours design work in that one. And every time we thought we had it approved, oh, can we add this? Can we add that? I'm like, yeah, okay, cool. And I mean, it's like I say, a lot of people don't like it because it's so full on, but if you know the owner, it's him to a T. I think it's wild. If that's what people want, I'm all for it.
You want to make your boat your own, really. You don't want to be like the next Tom, Dick or Harry.
Yeah,
boat ramp with the same sort of wrap.
Yeah, like you just said, black, grey, silver.
Yeah.
You know, do a wild colour, do a cool colour. You know, we've got 3 boats happening this week. Obviously, this one's a cool colour. Tomorrow's one's a beautiful sky blue on a Key West. And then Thursday we got another one, which is a printed wrap, but it's a specific branding colour.
For your friends, Sunny Scenes.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Sunny Scenes, and hot.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So theirs is very specific to their branding.
I told him to do a full rug print on the boat.
Oh, they're talking about that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, whatever people want, they can have. Yeah. Mild to wild.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, in a, say, a 6 metre boat, there's obviously, if they want a custom design, there's a design charge. I charge 120 an hour. And that's basically going backwards and forwards with the customer to see, you know, what elements they want in there, any sort of specific fish species. You know, it all depends on the customer how long that part of the job's going to take. If it's a printable wrap, like let's say custom ones, they do cost more because you're doing 2 processes. You're using a print film, then you're using a UV laminate over the top. It just depends. Yeah, that's one big part of it. We know our labour on a boat like that. You know, we have them knocked out well and truly in the day. So if you're looking at a 6 metre boat with a fairly simple kind of design, you're looking at about roughly about $4,000 all done, and that versus the price of painting the hull. Well, you're miles in front. Look, a boat this kind of size or a bit bigger, you know, from what we're being told, you're looking anywhere from 15 to 25,000, depending on who you use. I mean, that's a huge chunk of money. Whereas, you know, you look at a boat like this, if you don't want to paint the hull and you get it all wrapped and done, you're looking at $4,500 done.
And completely customized.
And completely
Exactly what you
customized.
want. You can
Yeah.
add all different layers,
Yeah.
textures.
And all that money you save on a paint job, you can invest in a motor, better fishing gear, sound, well, you know, whatever you like. Let the wife have a holiday, you know.
A couple extra crates in the boat.
Yeah, you know.
There's a few aspects to take into mind really when it comes to wraps. The material is rated at a 5-year product, obviously being in the elements of salt water and whatnot. As long as you maintain your boat, you know, clean it regularly, look after it, it'll look after you. But anywhere between 3 to 5 years, depending on the colour finish and also where the boat's located. Biggest thing is just maintenance.
Yeah, so
Depends on the finish really, but yeah, you just want to make sure you keep it clean. If you got a cover for your boat,
Stay away from matte.
even better. Matte finishes wouldn't recommend.
Don't recommend that.
Don't recommend them. Obviously, it's all the same product, but obviously your gloss has got your most UV protection. Then your satins.
Satin's easy to clean.
Satin's easy to clean, whereas matte always sort of looks dirty. Stains. Yeah, maintenance is the biggest key. Like the better you look after it, the better it's going to look after you, really. So, but yeah, anywhere from 3 to 5 years.
And if you know, a lot of these boats are, a lot of these people with these boats that are getting wrapped, they have them in massive sheds undercover, or they're constantly, you know, washed properly, covered as soon as they're finished. You treat the boat like that, the wrap's going to last. You'll get your 5 years out of it. But if it's a boat that's just left in a pen and never washed down and all that kind of stuff, well, then the longevity's pretty much up to you, I guess.
we'll see that with this boat, eh?
Yeah. We'll see how this one gets looked after, shall we?
Red dirt,
Yeah.
stone chips.
But you know, like anything, you look at it's like your car. You look after, you wash it and look after it. The paint's going to last. If you don't, well, that's it.
Up in a colour or design, if you got that, you know, you spent the top dollars on getting a custom paint job or whatnot, you know, it protects that paint, and if you ever decide you want to sell it, you can, you know, peel it off and you got that. But
The people that do spend money on like full-on wraps and everything, they look after them.
yeah, at the end of the day, people want something, yeah, you want something nice, you worked hard for it, so you're going to look after it, you know. The more you look after it, the better it's going to treat you. So, yeah, the longevity on vinyl is, yeah,
Up to the
up to the standards.
well, it's up to the people and how they care about
Yeah,
it.
it all depends on, yeah. Maintenance is the number one key. Yeah, it's come up a treat.
Thank you.
Now they get her out in the ocean.